Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Angelina coming to you again on our second professional, but officially our third episode of Breaking Barriers. And today is going to be a wonderful episode. We have a special guest, and I'm very excited to introduce you to our special guest, Mr. Well, I'm going to talk to you about him in just a second. First, I want to talk about how we met. I volunteered at the ballot booth this weekend, not the booth, but outside, just getting people aware of, their options. And that was on a personal level, had nothing to do with my nonprofit. But I met many people there. But one gentleman that I met, a young man, and I can see greatness in this young man. I can see how things are about to change, and he is about to make a difference in this world. And I'm really excited to bring you guys to. I think I'm just excited to expose other people and nonprofits doing exactly what, not exactly what we're doing, but doing something to make a difference in the lives of others. So I'm going to introduce to you Mr. Andrew Rainey.
How y'all doing?
All right. And so I have Andrew Rainey from Moving Forward Series, another
Yes.
nonprofit organization that is, I think we're going to hear some great things. They're doing wonderful things, especially what we need in our city, in our community. So, Andrew, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your organization?
Okay, thank you for that. Firstly, yeah, I'm Andrew Rainey. People call me Drew. In the program, they call me Coach Drew. So you may hear different things. So we are a juvenile justice prevention program here in the city of Detroit. We are located at the old Durfee building right by Central. We help young men in the city of Detroit between the ages of 12 to 17 with, like I said, prevention of preventing from being part of the juvenile just excuse me,
Yeah, it's
part
okay.
of the JDF juvenile detention facility, either returning or going in. We try to prevent that from, like I said, going in or being a part of it in general, returning to it. So we do that in a lot of different ways. We provide mentoring, academic support, resume building, character development, all these different things. Really, it's kind of, when people ask me, it's kind of hard sometimes because like we do almost everything. You know,
Okay.
a lot of the times you may come in, like when I came in, I kind of thought it was gonna be like, okay, like another part time job, but it was like no, like a lot of these kids, I call it my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right,
I do,
right.
I talk to their parents. I picked them up, take them to school. I've done their laundry. I got to help them get jobs, all this other stuff. So it's like
Wow.
we do
Okay.
everything for them. So it's kind of on paper. It's like I try to remember exactly what we do, but it's like we
Right.
kind of do everything. But the main thing is like more mentoring.
Okay. So, also, my co host, Larry Braxton, is here.
Hello, everyone.
All right.
That's
So,
pretty awesome. That's a
hmm
lot you do. And
Thank
you
you,
should be very proud.
thank you.
Andrew, so to talk more about, I want to talk more about the Moving Forward series.
Okay.
Tell me about the kids. You said the ages are 12 to 17.
Yes.
Okay. And how does someone become like, are these kids referred to your organization, or do they can a parent call and say, I'd like to sign my kid up?
Okay, that's a good question. And so I actually just talked to somebody else about this. Might have been yesterday. No, it was 2 days ago. So it's not just that any kid can get in. So it's not just like if you're a young male in the city of Detroit between that age. Like you have to be exhibiting some sort of behavior that could possibly lead you into JDF. So whether that's aggressive behavior, being suspended from school, not listening to parents, curfew, breaking curfew, things like that, not respecting authority. So anything, it is kind of broad. But if you're just like any young man in the city of Detroit, that's not just gonna qualify you. Then how to be referred to it, and that's the funny thing too. So we've been court ordered. So the court has ordered some youth to be a part of our program.
Right.
Some parents assigned some youth up. We actually just had some youth, and they signed themselves up. So the mom got a call.
Wait a minute.
The mom got a call from my.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it really is. They were honest. They said, "Yeah, I have aggressive behavior, and I've been doing. I got suspended." They were they filled the application out. And so my boss called. No, my boss called. When you fill the registration form out, it goes into our system, and then my boss sees it, and then she calls to follow up about like, "Hey, did you register?" And this is our
Okay.
program and all that.
Mm-hmm.
She called the mom, and she was like, "Hey, we saw that you registered your son up for moving forward." And she was like, "What is moving forward?" And she was like, "Isn't this your name? Isn't this your number?" She's like, "Yeah, that's all right." And she's like, "Isn't this your boy?" She's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "So you signed up?" And so she's like, "I didn't do that." And then you hear a little voice in the back. I'm talking about, "I did that. I signed myself up."
I love it.
He wants help.
He wanted help.
That's
Exactly.
awesome.
And
Yeah.
a lot of times, and that's just, I think that was more of a outward expression. And a lot of times these kids cry for help, but it's not as
Extroverted.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot of times they'll, cause you'll see it too, cause a lot of times, no, I'm talking a lot, but a lot of times the youth will be like, they'll be a part of the program. And they'll be like, "Oh, I'm not coming back here. Like, I don't like this." And they'll try to act all tough and hard. Then, like yesterday, we canceled yesterday because of the situation we had. And they was all upset. And they're like, "How come we can't come?" I'm like,
Disappointed.
"You was the main one that was upset." We was a part of the program. We was doing this. I said, "Let's do this." You're like, "I don't want to be here no more." Now we canceled. Now you upset. So a lot of kids really do want the help.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to go about it.
About getting the help.
Yes.
Now, how long is the program? Like, do they sign up? Is it for a certain number of months? Or is it just like, if you have a 12-year-old, can he come 12 through 17? It's like for those 5 years.
Okay. Let me answer it like this. Let me also preface by saying this. I'm the newest one of the newest staff members. I
Yes,
started
yes.
in June. So
You're
this
still learning.
I am
No
learning.
worries.
So this is from my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
How it's written, you have like almost about a year. That's how it's written for the youth to be in it for a year.
Okay.
But that can be extended based on if the youth is exhibiting some sort of increase, like they're in a
Okay.
positive direction,
Mm-hmm.
and they still need more time in the program. So the program is helping, we just need more time with them. So it can be like they'll have to like be
Reevaluate.
re-entered into it almost,
Okay.
and then they get another year. So but we're never like kicking them out. The only time I wouldn't even call it kicking out, when they turn 18, they graduate from the
It's a
program.
graduation,
Yes, it's a
exactly.
graduation. So, but
Right.
and even then, like we have youth that graduate from the program, and they're still in contact. Like, "Hey, I need help finding a job. I need help working my resume, or I need help
stick
with
with
this."
'em.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
we've been all this time, so
It's like a family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like I'm not gonna just leave you like that. Like,
Yeah.
I got you. So
So, the reason why we're here today is we're talking about before the fall, because with life support community services, our focus is traditionally, even though we're a new agency or new organization, our focus is reentry to help people who've already offended.
Yeah, help them come out and get
Exactly.
reestablished.
But as quickly you find out once you start serving the need or servicing the need
Yeah.
and serving the community, you start finding out, wait, I need to pivot.
Yeah.
So now we have to help their families, because you cannot help that person. You need to help the families, right? So then
Yeah.
one of the things we thought about was like, we have to help the kids they left behind, the family they left behind, the ones they're coming home to.
Yeah.
A lot of those kids and the family, the supporting family, are exhibiting issues or exhibiting behaviors. They're doing the same thing. They're like, they're reaching out, But one of the things, when we were speaking on Tuesday,
Yeah.
I was really interested. We spoke with another lady as well, and I'm meeting with her on Monday.
Okay.
But
The firefighter, the
yes,
retired firefighter. Yeah. Okay.
yes. And she was telling us about the kids and the different destructive behavior and the drugs that are available. So many
Yes.
things. And it started making me think about before the fall, like rethinking justice through prevention.
Yeah.
We have all these, well, not all, we have resources in place after the offense, after they do this. But you guys are offering like a intervention, a prevention, a
Yeah.
preventative factor, Do you think, are the kids successful? Like, are you seeing success stories? Like to see this kid, well, I know you're new. Are you even hearing about it?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yes, there's definitely been some. I'm sorry, let you
No,
finish.
that's what,
There's, I would say this. There's definitely progress,
okay.
for sure, progress. And I think the first step is showing the kids or showing the youth. I'm trying to call them kids. Some of these youth are taking care of the whole household. So I'm trying to call them my kids.
Yes.
So it's like
Yeah,
some of
that's
the
a good
youth,
point.
yes,
Yes.
some of the youth don't know exactly what they're doing wrong, and I think that's the big thing, that they don't really recognize that what they're doing is wrong. Um, it's funny that you talked about the word the fall. I think about when you said that, I was thinking about Adam and Eve, and then when they bit the apple, God said no. They were like, I'm hiding because we're naked. And God was like, who told you was naked?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yes,
And
yes.
so I think about that of like in correlation to the youth. Like, I think somebody has to tell you that what this is wrong. Something clicks. Something has to click.
Yeah.
And like this is wrong. And so we talking about, like, you talking about the drugs and stuff like that. Trying to watch how I say stuff because I am on the record.
Exactly.
We have. I've there are some people that I've been associated with, some youth, some of my friends from my past, and they actually just don't understand that these things are wrong. And so I think to answer your question, I think a lot of the time the first step that we are initiating is letting them know, like, this is wrong. Like, one thing we have right now that's big is vaping, and they don't recognize how big of a problem that is. And I don't think nobody else is telling them that that's a problem.
Yeah.
And so, and some of them, it's like they vape at home. Some of them vape with their parents.
They see it every day.
They see it every day.
Yeah.
And so it's like nobody's telling them that this is wrong. Nobody's telling them this is destructive. I have a youth who struggles with that, and then exhibits aggressive behavior when they're not on the vape or they're not vaping and stuff like that. And so then it's like, I'm not gonna say that the vape will put you in jail,
Right.
but it's not gonna help you get out of jail, And
Right.
it's gonna help you. It's gonna give you these emotions and these different feelings that can make you do something that will land you where you're not trying to go.
Yeah.
And
Negative
so,
tendencies.
yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And so
That's a great point.
that's one of the things that we have progress in, is like letting the youth know, like, this is wrong.
Gateway behaviors.
Yes, gateway behavior. We
Exactly.
had talks about it. I think the other day we had to talk about it. It was like, like, this is a gateway behavior. This is
Yes.
a gateway. It's not a drug, but I forgot what the actual name for it is. But it's not good.
Right, it's not.
One of the things I was impressed with is that you guys are creating an environment where these youth they feel like they're being seen.
Yes.
Because if they they come in themselves and say, "Yeah, I want to join this." This is a good space. This is a safe space. This is a space where they can be heard.
Yeah.
And that's so important today, that they have a voice and it's recognized.
And that's so important too, because one thing with me that I had to realize is that people aren't coming from. They come from different areas. We have kids from harsh East Side, harsh West Side, 2-parent household, but just still found the streets. Some of these youth, both parents died. Some of these youth are in a gang. Some of the youth are not in a gang. Some youth are trying to run from a gang. And so it's like, you never know where somebody's coming from.
Yeah, you got to listen to them.
You have to listen, and that's where when I joined, I had to realize, like, I can't, just because you like going before, you don't realize what you're doing is wrong. And even though they may, like, on paper, like, yes, this is wrong because I went to jail for it, or yes, it's wrong because I see somebody else go to jail for it, you don't inherently know that it's wrong. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it's just a part of your everyday.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's that it causes you to listen and really try to empathize with them where they're coming from, if that makes sense.
It does make sense. We were talking the other day about, I was asking, is it making a difference by you being in the same age group or closer in a age group, how the kids can relate? I was sharing with, oh my goodness, I shared the story with Andrew how one of the kids, when I was teaching, was like, "Can you be my grandma?" I was
Yes,
like,
remember you said
"What?"
that.
I was like, "Oh, okay." I didn't know I was in that
Grandma rage.
Exactly.
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
But it's great when they have someone who they can relate to.
Mm-hmm.
So, but what about the authority? Will
Mm-hmm.
they respect the authority? Do you have any challenges? Okay.
So,
How do you handle the challenges?
Yeah.
How's that?
So I gotta let me see how I can say this. So yes, on both sides. So it's like and I'm still because I'm newer, and we
Yes.
also get like it's like a season. Sometimes like kids will come in and then they'll either fulfill their requirement from the judge, or maybe they'll get what they need and then they graduate from the program early or something like that.
Okay.
So it's also like there's new youth come in and out, and so that's a hard thing too. Of like the respect you had from one youth.
Doesn't
It
transition.
doesn't transition all the time.
Okay.
You know, and so and me being so close to them in age, it does cause some sort of a problem. But what I try to do, I try to give them I try to show them respect. And I think a big thing, and even especially in our in the black culture, is that like when you're younger, you don't get respect. You know, you don't
Yes,
deserve
seen
respect.
and not heard.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's different culturally.
Yeah.
You know, exactly. I
And
got
so
it.
I try to show them as much respect as possible. You know, do unto others as you want done unto you. And so that doesn't apply to age, Brad. Just talking about people in general. Do
People,
unto
right.
others,
Yeah.
anybody. And so there's times where I've had to apologize to different youth. Like, okay, I
That's
yelled at
big.
you for this, and you were wrong. But I shouldn't have spoke to you like that.
Could have handled it
I could
different.
handle that differently. And so that shows like I actually care about you.
Yes.
And so like let me give you your respect and be humble enough to apologize to you.
That's big.
You know,
That's
like you
big.
13, I'm 23. Let me it's a 10-year age difference. Let
Right.
me but I'm still gonna be like, hey, I apologize. You know what I'm saying? And even in the same sense, if I yelled at the youth in front of everybody, I would apologize.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think that's a big thing, especially as a man, to
Yeah.
know
In
how
front
to
of them,
apologize.
in front of
Yes,
everybody.
yes,
Right.
you know. So yes, there are different challenges with that being in the same age bracket as them. I think it does create a sense of
Maybe a familiarity.
yes. And some of them not so good because
Yeah, of course.
they'll say little slick stuff.
Yeah,
like
they might
little
open up or-
yeah, or they'll say
Vent.
like sayings that they think I would know.
Right. Right.
And I'm
right.
like, I know what that
What
means.
that-
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Don't say that. Like, I know what you mean when you say that, you know.
But
So
they're trying to connect, really.
they are trying to connect. And I see that too. And I will say I'm glad that I have the discernment to
Yes.
recognize that that's what they're looking for. Because some of these don't have, they're the big brother.
Yes.
Some don't have a father. And it's like,
Yes.
I had to realize that too. Like, I may be not only the only person that is a male authoritative figure in their life.
Yes.
Some of the things that I've done in my life, like I told you, I just graduated from college in 2024.
Yes.
And there's some of them, like, never even thought that was possible. Like, that's just something you see on TV.
good.
Kind of like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's
yeah,
good
you
they
could be
see
an
it.
astronaut. And it's like,
Your
yeah, I can. But
representation.
yeah. So it's
Yes.
like, oh, like I can actually do that, you know?
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, you know, so I think I'm getting a little off topic. But
No, you're right. And you can tell them, yeah, so can you.
yes, you can.
Yeah.
You can. And that's the thing, too, is that I think they think once they went through JDF, once they got a record, it's like that's the
Right.
end. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, like we
Yeah,
all
all
deserve a
right.
second chance. You know, there's
Yes.
a redemption to everything, you know. And I'm not gonna say too much of my testimony on the record, but you know, I've had problems in my past, and if I didn't, you know what I'm saying, if I wasn't made new, I couldn't have the opportunities that I had. You know what I'm
Exactly,
saying? I'm like, and there
exactly.
is a chance for you to be made new. You know, whatever that looks like for you, it's still an option for you. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah.
So
You
It's
know,
different for everyone.
It is. Andrew, thank you. One thing I wanted to piggyback off of what you're saying about being made new. One of the new slogans that we have is that your past is your present. It's a gift. What you experienced in your past is making who you are today. So now we discussed this. So I told you that Larry was in prison 28 years ago. It took 28 years for him to come and be open to talk about this. So
wow.
Yeah. You know, you get a lot
That's
of
strong.
negative, stigma out here.
Yes, especially for
And,
black men.
Yeah, and the most beautiful thing is you grow from it. I mean, you learn. You actually process through it. you deal with it and you
Mhm.
move on, and that's what life's
Yes.
about, and that's why we call ourselves life support.
Yeah.
Trying to help
Yes.
people, realize what life is.
Mhm.
It's not about having a perfect record. It's not about succeeding in everything you do. It's about meeting the challenges where they come from,
Yes.
and where you are,
Exactly.
and hopefully it'll help, prepare you to do better.
Yes.
Yeah, and man, that's why I'm so impressed working with the youth, because we got to catch them before they,
yes.
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 where I still some hope, and they get to see people like yourself,
Mhm.
and they'll know it's something better out there. They can move toward it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big thing too, because actually before I had this job a few years ago, when I first got saved, I was working. I did a job with this. It was like an Ipsy with a group called Young Life, and that's like more in like it was like Ann Arbor, Belleville, Ipsy area, and those kids were like more. I'll just say they was more in the suburbs, and
Gotcha.
so I didn't like working there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Not that those kids were like a problem or anything. It just wasn't. It's not what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying?
Different set of challenges.
Yes, and so I know when I took the job here, I didn't even when I was led to come to the job I'm at now, working with moving forward. I was kind of like, oh, like this is gonna be a big difference. I'm used to working with kids talking about God and stuff like that, and now I'm working with kids who may not care about God in the slightest.
Don't
Yeah,
know
might not know
God.
God
Yeah, don't
at
know
all.
God,
Exactly.
don't care about him, or just think like it's something my granny do on the side,
Don't
or
think it's
whatever. You know,
real.
don't think it's
Yeah.
real. And so I'm like, oh, it's gonna come with a whole different challenge. But God had showed me like, they the same thing. They the same. I don't like them more than I like them. You know what I'm saying? I don't value
Exactly.
them more than
Yeah.
one or the other. And I'm like, okay, let me check myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me get myself together. And
Yes.
truth be told, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna leave it alone, but some of those kids, the way I have been able to discern their heart and their mind, and really who they are as a person.
Right.
Some of these kids may have had something on there. This gonna sound a little crazy now, but some of the youth that may have had, let's say for example, if a youth have had something like Grand Theft Auto on their record, but I got to know them, I've had some of them like in my car with my keys right there, but it's because I know who they are, and that also goes back to your respect. I don't know if that's on my bad, but if I'm that respect aspect of like I respect you so much and they respect me so much, like I would never do that to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like I know you would never do that to me, and so we have that mutual respect, and it's just that's what's the beautiful part of it, actually getting to know somebody.
Yeah, once you establish that, yeah, you're making progress.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what's interesting? What you're saying on our last episode, we discussed this. I asked Larry, "Did you about you saying about having a friend that had you saw something on you? You would leave the kid in your car after knowing what they had done previously, their offense, but you trust the new person, not the person from yesterday.
Yeah.
The person who did the
Yeah.
offense, right?
Yeah.
We talked about that, Andrew, and I was asking Larry, did you ever feel like people were afraid to have you in their house? He's like, well, maybe not my family, but so that's legitimate.
Yeah.
What you're saying.
Yes. Yes.
You're trusting the new person, not the old person.
Man.
That feeds their spirit.
Yes. Yes.
Exactly.
And that's what you gotta have discernment with that. I'm not even. There is some times where it's like I know
yeah.
some youth is like, no, I wouldn't trust you with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta know.
You know, I wouldn't trust you with my
They got,
pistol.
they got a little more growth to
Yeah,
go.
you got a little more growth to go, but I see that, and I see you not as what you did, but as
Right.
as just a person in general.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, okay, you struggle with this, and so it's not like you're a bad person or you are a thief. It's like
Yes.
you struggle with this.
Yes, you
So
struggle
yeah,
with that.
Yeah.
and so it's like
that's cool.
I'm not looking at you as like a thief, and so I'm like, oh yeah, watch your stuff
No.
because he this. It's like I don't want to tempt you,
Yes.
and so it's like
yes.
let me just be careful with that. But somebody else is like, I know that that's not a temptation for you.
They've overcome
They
that.
Yeah.
overcome that temptation.
Yeah.
You know,
Exactly.
and I think that's a big problem, especially because the majority of the youth we had in the program are black men, and I think, they go off of, especially young black men in the city of Detroit, go off of what somebody else told them they are.
Yes.
And that's a big
yes.
problem. And so they don't really know who they are. And we have a big problem. Like right now, we have talks every now and again, and they'll say like, my pet peeve, anybody who, I don't speak of this too much. I don't know if y'all heard the term YN.
We know what it means.
Yeah,
Just
I hate that term. And
Yes.
I don't use that word a lot, but I do
It's
hate
derogatory.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
And they say themselves like,
Yeah, we endear it to ourselves.
yes,
yeah.
yes. And so they'll say like, oh, I'm a YN. I'm like, who told you that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like who?
Yes. They believe the lies.
They believe that, and I'm like, no, you're not. I promise you, you're
No,
not. Like,
Exactly. Exactly.
And so it's like some of these kids, some of these youth, excuse me, are so smart. It's a youth right now. I'm not gonna say his name, but he is so smart. Like if I'm trying to get him to enroll in college. I know he can get into U of M.
Right.
He does these different he's in different clubs. I've seen how he talk, how he can articulate himself, his vocabulary. I'm like, bro, you are smart, but he doesn't want to accept that because somebody else told him otherwise.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
some of them think that's not cool.
yes, it's not cool. But who else told you that too?
Yeah,
you know,
who told you that? That's the coolest thing.
You know, it's gonna get to a point where you 40 years old, but you a real one, and so now you 40 years old and you live in an apartment, which is nothing wrong with that. But it's like you have potential to excel and be what you really had a passion deep down to be.
Yeah.
But you want to be a real one. You want to keep it smooth. You want to keep it a stack. You know what I'm saying? So
they're following.
Yes, and yes.
So what's beautiful is that at least they're there. So there's hope.
Yeah.
But we have to illuminate that hope for them. We have to do like what you're doing. You are not that.
Yeah, have them step out and be the leader they are.
Exactly.
Yeah, lead your group.
Challenge them, because that's important too. When you're challenging them, like, what makes you think that about you?
Yeah,
exactly.
And so many people don't know God the way you're saying. I spoke with someone and they were like, I was telling them pray, and they were saying, I don't really know about that. And it's like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Well, I wasn't around God and all this. It's like, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
He would accept you no matter what, you know?
Yeah.
But so many people don't know, so we got to kind of sneak in there.
Yeah. I like that you said the word sneak. I think how I envision it, because I also, like I said, I've been saved 6 years. I think of it more as like God is like a gentleman, and I'm not trying to get off topic.
No, you
but
can.
I ain't trying to, because I can go for a minute, but as you can see. But I look at God like a gentleman, and he just kind of not forcing himself, not being too loud, not being too extra about his presence. But it's like, I'm here. I just need you to turn around and look at me. You know what I'm saying? Recognize who I am. And so I don't, and in the program, because we're not, I want to make this too clear too. I'm like I said, I'm saved, but the program itself is not a religious organization.
Right.
So, and I try to watch that
but that's
too.
okay.
Yes,
right. I got it.
And so I don't talk to the youth about, well, it's gonna come
religion.
out.
Exactly.
It's gonna
about
come out.
God.
Yeah. It's a part of who I am. So it's gonna come out, but I try not to force it on them.
Exactly.
Right. Unless they ask me about it, and then I will talk to them about it. But
right.
It is some. It's a sense of like, not. I'm trying to figure out the way to say it now.
Right.
But it's like there's more to you. There's something that God can reveal in you, and I just want you to see it. You know what I'm saying? I just want that catalyst to start going in you to